The making of the Fab Four. Now, this is an article that was written on cricketfanaticsmag.com. It gave some amazing insight into the making of this quartet, this fast bowling quartet, and it gave us some insight into South Africa's past with regards to fast bowling quartets. But it looks at the comments from Enoch Nkwe, Robin Peterson, as well as Prasanna, the former analyst of the Proteas. And Ongama put together an awesome piece that I think I'm going to go through it with you guys on this particular show, and that's what the show's all about. It's showing appreciation for the fast bowling quartet of Kagiso Rabada, Lungingiri, Enoch, and Marco Jansen. But before we get going, before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please click that notification bell for all future videos. Also, smash that like button. Get involved in the live chat as well. Don't forget to do that. And get involved with the super chat too. It really helps us out if you can do so. I want you guys also to please download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. And also, you can become a patron today. That's how you help us grow South African cricket, promote South African cricket, etc., etc. And if you want all these updates and some awesome content like we're going to be reading out to you on the show today, go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all of those. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Looking forward to chatting to you guys. A very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Now, we're going to kick off the show with some news that came out today. It's something that I knew for quite some time, but out of respect for the family, I just wanted to keep it quiet. We know that the reason for Verreynne, and Verreynne, who before he worked out, there was a whole mix-up with regards to why he came out when he did in the lineup. There was talk about the reason why he came out after Marco Jansen. And as the news has come out, that he obviously his grandfather was sick and ill. There's obviously information that was given about this on Crick Buzz about Verreynne as well. That came out recently. I can read you a little bit of the story so that you guys can get an understanding of it and know what actually took place. Fidos Munda on ESPN Crick Info also wrote the story as well. He fell ill in the stands, and we got information about it, but out of respect for Verreynne, I kept it quiet until they were ready to obviously come out with the information. And the story reads: family drama unfolded in the Endrich stand as Verreynne prepared to bat on the second day. ESPN Crick Info has learned that Verreynne's grandfather was struggling to breathe in the Endrich stand and was stretched out of the ground before being admitted into the ICU ward, and he remains in hospital. Verreynne was listed on South Africa's team sheet at number 6, but he was held back. His grandfather began having trouble and was helped by medical staff at the ground. So he obviously witnessed all of this before going out to bat, of course. And yeah, so please keep your prayers with Verreynne and his grandfather and his family. Wishing them all the best and all the strength that he gets through this. A difficult thing to experience going in to a match and going into a massive match like that at Lords as well. So our prayers are with you, Carl, and your family as well. I'm very sorry to hear about that. And from my side, guys, I'm glad that the news has come out now about it as well. Let's move on from that, guys. Another thing that I would like to discuss is obviously we saw a story running around doing the mills as well about Gerald Coetzee, and that obviously Faf du Plessis was the one that asked Gerald Coetzee to be selected for his particular franchise now. Um, so good to see that Faf is also still involved with giving those names and talking about the next best players, and he's clued up about it. He obviously would have known about Gerald Coetzee and from the MSL, and obviously facing him there. So that's also some extra news that I thought I'll just share with you guys today as well. And we know that the boys are probably obviously going to be in Manchester. Lucky guys. It's a Liverpool Manchester United game. I wonder if they're going to get tickets. They probably will somehow get tickets and go watch a clash like that. It's also at the same time as the Glazers out protests that are happening in Manchester. I wish I was there protesting with the Glazers out. I have to use my platform obviously to say Glazers out. So I know it's only to a small portion of fans, but I'm serious about it, guys. Glazers out. But let's get into today's show. I thought that it would be a nice opportunity for me to highlight some of Ongama's article. I think it was a good article to put out there that gives us some insight into um, obviously our fast bowling quartet, and the making of them, and some insight and comparisons maybe to the past. So this article is obviously on cricketfanaticsmag.com. So you guys can go there and read the full article. There's quite a few awesome quotes in this article. He speaks to, of course, Robin Peterson, Enoch Nkwe, and Prasanna Agoram, as well. And some excellent piece about the Fab Four. But I'm just going to go to some of the quotes that I maybe think stood out to me. Let's start with this from Prasanna himself. He says, when I joined the Proteas in 2010, the fast bowling unit was in absolutely safe hands. There was Dale Steyn, Morne Morkel leading the attack, and I was privileged to see the debut of Verreynne Philander in the historic test match in 2011 in Cape Town, where the powerful Australian side was bundled. Um, Then there was Luano Sosobe, who rose to number one in the ODI rankings in 2012. Then came Mashanta Lange and Kyle Abbott. So you can see that South Africa was always excellent, has always had excellent talent coming through. We had the Fab Four in the past. Dale Steyn, Kagiso Rabada, Verreynne Philander, and Morne Morkel. It was a dream to watch them opening in tandem in a test match against India in Cape Town in 2017-18. I see that the new generation has grown and has developed the same blueprint, but now KG is the leader of the attack. Lungi is the guy who always picks up the wickets when the captain needs him. Nokia, who purely bowls fast, and finally Janssen, who brings the variety of left arm seam in the attack. I can safely say this is the best bowling attack in the world, with Keshav Maharaj included. So that was something that he had to say about that. And I think that's some excellent points, obviously made over there with regards to that. I think that saying Anrik Nokia just bowls fast is maybe a little bit of an understatement. Of course, we know that he's added swing and movement and all sorts of things to his game, and he's improving as a test bowler. But that raw pace differentiates him from the rest, and that's the important thing that we need to know. So excellent from his part. I think there was some good quotes into giving some insight into the past and the collaborations between the two. Let's move on to some of the more of the quotes that we can see over here. Um, we also got some quotes about Marco, or also known as Plank, as you guys know his nickname. And this is what Robbie P had to say. He said, Marco is a special talent, and as a coach, there's not too much you can teach him in terms of his skill set. I guess what I was able to lead him to discover on his own was the importance of being patient. Um, the way we coach here at the Warriors is not to enforce anything on the players. It's not my way or the highway type of coaching. We try and lead players to understand on their own what they need to develop in order for them to get to the next level. That's what we did with Marco. That's why he got into the international side and performed. He understood that he needed to bowl mature spells and he needed to develop patience and go with the skills he's got. Um, the same coaching technique is what I feel made Stubbo perform at the highest level as well That's what Peterson obviously said. So that's some excellent insight, I think, from Robbie P, because he obviously coached Marco. He knows Marco a lot better. He gets some insight into how they've tried to make him a lot more mature. And I do agree with him. I think that maturity has carried him in the international game. It's allowed him to not only perform at the international level, but also stay there. I think that's also very important. Um, because there's one thing playing a couple of games well, but it's about keeping up that intensity. Um, that's also important. Um, not only about it's not only about just getting the it's not only about just getting the results. It's also about maintaining that standard. That's also extremely important in my eyes. Just making a change over here. I don't know what's happening here. Why it's doing this? Can you not mess around with me tonight? Sorry, guys. I'm just sorting out this thing. It's slowing down a bit. I want to get back to it. But yeah, that patience is important, and I think that maturity, adding that to the game, is so important as well. Let's move on to some more quotes, obviously from Robbie P as well. Um, Here we go, and then Marco. Here we go. Yes. Then we got an opportunity to also speak to Enoch Nkwe. He obviously also had some insight, not insight, I wouldn't say insight, but he also, yeah, of course, insight, but he also had an effect on the team because he was also one of the guys that also helped give Andrich Nokia his opportunity as well. So I think this is something that we can speak about. Um, I want to show you his quotes. It's also very important to know some facts over here too. I go way back with KG, says Enoch, from the days I used to coach under 19s at Gauteng Cricket. From a physical, mental, and emotional intelligence point of view, we could just see that he was destined for big things. We used to have conversations about how to become champion, and he's mastered those things we talked about. And our style is a bit more flattering, or is a bit more flatter as compared to the other guys. We saw genuine pace back in 2019 when we picked him to make his test debut in India. It was not only because of the conditions in India, it was more around the future that we saw him having at this level. We started talking mid-term to long-term plans and how he's going to impact at the Proteus level. We knew we could work with him and get him into to be the finished product. I like that they thought about the future with Anik, not just how you're going to get results now. It's a character thing. At first, he was a bit shy and he was holding back a bit, but we encouraged him to be himself. And look how he has matured in Test cricket in the last 2 years. You can see he is just ruthless now. The exposure to international cricket has been massive for him. We always knew he was the character to compete at the level and actually dominate. All three of them have that character, or all four of them have that character too. It's about finding better ways to complement that character. The skill will continue to grow, but the one thing that stands out about these guys is their character, the willingness to continue to grow, to become the best, the work ethic, and the discipline on the field. There's so much that goes into them being the best. From a physical point of view, there's just a lot that they do to become the best. It's tough if you're looking at scheduling as well. But I must say that the commitment of being the best is massive. The way they are wired mentally is impressive. They're champions. Those are some of the things that we picked up from the early stages. They're such formidable attack. Now, there's obviously a lot more that was said in this article, and I want you guys to go ahead and read that article. Like I said, it is on cricketfanaticsmag.com, so you can find out everything that you need to know about it over there. Very important that you guys go read it. I think there's some awesome insight into it because I look at this quartet now and what they offer. I think we have a very balanced 11. It's a very balanced bowling attack. When I look at the even at the bench, the amount of replacements that we have that do different things as well, the options that we have, we can actually pick and choose according to conditions. In my opinion, I think that we have a nice score unit of fast bowlers. And this is not something that has happened once. I think South Africa over the past have been consistently good at this, at creating an opportunity for young fast bowlers to come through the system. Dex has mentioned Joshua Stevenson. I mean, I saw him at Kaya Majola week, and myself and Vinny Barnes was watching him bowl, and he was explaining to me already then he could see a player in him. And it's nice to see that we have that our fast bowling is in good hands. I mean, we need to give credit to Mr. Vinny Barnes as well. He's done an excellent job with our fast bowlers, and also identifying them from a young age and getting them into the high performance program. I mean, we heard about Gerald Coetzee, that Faf du Plessis obviously speaking to the Kings and telling them that he should be involved in their team. And he's another fast bowler that's coming through the system as well. We still got more experienced guys like Nandre Berger, Corbin Bosch. Those are still some guys that are coming through as well. We've got Leif Tansi coming through still. That still needs to make his mark. Aishel Klutia at Boland. There are so many great fast bowlers coming through the system in South Africa that we have. I'm quite happy with how we get in there. But it's nice to get some insight into this particular fast bowling unit. They are world class. They created history at Lords. They've been doing so well over the last couple of years for South Africa. I mean, they've been bowling as a unit. The bowling unit has been superb, and we need to obviously give um, credit where it's due to Mr. Charles Langeveld as well with the work he's done with this bowling unit. Michal Pretoria, someone has also mentioned in the live chat. So there's a lot of I'm very happy with regards to where our fast bowling unit is lying. Now Marco obviously is gonna add some extra things to the bat too, I'm hoping, and he's gonna become even better with that because that gives him a head start too amongst everybody else that he's competing with. Kani says, I'm uncomfortable with the answer at number 7. Boucher likes to go with 5 bowlers. What if we replace one of our seamers with another bowling all-rounder like Ethan Bosch to strengthen our batting? I mean, Ethan Bosch is a good option. We will obviously have to see him circulate within the SAA setup, I think, first before we actually see him straight into the Protea setup. His brother, Ethan Bosch, as well, I think maybe slightly ahead of him when it comes to that because um, he's been at the Titans and he's been at Western Province and he's played at the highest level consistently, more consistently I feel than Ethan. But Ethan is very good as well, and I think that Ethan needs his breakthrough as well and his opportunity. And he's I really thought that the MSL, the Global T20 League initially would have been the time that we would have seen Ethan Bosch really break through. But it's been a slower journey for him, slower than least than his brother. So let's see what happens with regards to that. Um, Captain saying, "Issa have quality. I love the. If I think it is what it is, I love your profile picture. Is that Kakashi? Might not be. I might not be 100% sure if it is or not. I can't see it so small. I can't zoom in. Issa have a quality bowling attack. Different bowlers with different strengths. Yeah, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. Um, for me, like not only do they have different strengths and they have different qualities and different strengths, their different qualities and strengths complement each other, and I think that's what makes it even better. Is that you can bowl KG with Lungi, you can bowl KG with Andrich, you can bowl Janssen with Lungi or with Andrich, and you can bowl partnerships. And I think that is brilliant because you can change your game plan with the ball according to what the situation is asking for. If they realize, for example, that the opposition is struggling with a shorter delivery, you can have, for example, Lungingidi holding up an end and then someone banging it in from the other side. Or you can have two players banging it in from short. Like you can have a Marco Janssen coming in with the left and you can have a Andrik Nokia banging it in with the right. And you can really put pressure on opposition in that way. Then, if you know that you need it a little bit more full and to swing, you can have Rabada coming in the one end and then Janssen coming on from the other end who gets that swing. So we have a nice combination going that these bowlers also complement each other. Their abilities complement each other. But I think the main thing in that article that stood out over there is what Enoch spoke about is that emotional intelligence as well. He also what Robbie P also spoke about Marco Janssen's the patience game, but particularly what Enoch spoke about with regards to the character. The character of these players are important. It's not just the ability. Character is so important, and I've realized it more and more. The more I watch sport, the more I watch team sports, you realize how important that character is. It's so, so important because some players are, intrinsically driven to be successful and to be the best. Others are just, some other players are just there to do their job and go home. Then there's others that are just doing it because it's the easy way out. So you've got various different types of players, and it's about finding the ones with the right character that's important. And the ones that characters obviously complement each other as well. The character needs to be good. And I think this test unit at least have a very good, strong character and togetherness. Unless we just see it more in the test arena, I think our white ball side is still is trying to grow that consistency and to gain that core group of, because there's a lot of newer guys coming into the system as well. So to gain that core group of consistency and that fight, I think you have more time in test cricket to obviously get to know each other and to be to get to know each other and get along with each other. So you have more time to bond and to actually get to know each other. Whereas in the T20 game and in the white ball arena, you're playing bilateral series ever so often, and then obviously you need more time to obviously get to know each other in a much deeper way. Is Aishal Kluti fast? He bowls about 140. At least he used to be extremely quick as a kid. I haven't seen a speed gun on him since, but he should be able to push himself to 140, and hopefully even faster than that. But I know that he was very quick as a kid. He got a serious injury, which really I think set him back a bit. But he's come back now again. He's playing more regularly for the Boerland, so we'll see when we get an opportunity to see how quick he actually is now. Just love how English can build the narrative with baseball. Aussies also tend tend to do it, and India just fanatical about cricket, probably copying from the Yanks, as South African useless to promote. Um, with the quality bowlers as I have with Harmer, we can win tests in the subcontinent, and I think so too. Um, I think Keshav Maharaj and Simon Harmer as a spin duo are exceptionally lethal because they offer something different, and like I said again, they complement each other too. They've spoken about it in their pre-match talks and interviews, etc. They've spoken about how they actually make each other better because they are competitive. They both have a competitive nature, and they both push each other to be better. And they both offer something different. One is a right arm, and one is a left arm. So it's nice to have that yin and yang in a way, that kind of together in such a beautiful combination. Even Vian Mulder nice at 7, especially in England. We're hoping that Vian can come back into the mix again, and that he can continue that batting form that he showed in England in the domestic scene in South Africa. Do you think South Africa can win the series, or England hit back hard? There's no doubt that England will hit back hard, but I do believe South Africa can win the series. I like the fact that it's at Manchester, the second test, and I hope that South Africa do look at the conditions properly and pick a nice team for that, because I think we are better prepared for the conditions to be different than England is, in my opinion. If Harmer plays in the second test, then who sits out? I think it would have to be Marco Jansen actually that sits out. It's either Marco or Lungi that sits out in that particular test. They're going to have to decide what's better for the conditions in that particular case. The one thing I'm slightly concerned about is our bench bowlers, inexperienced and very similar in bowling styles. Good to they're still good though. I want to see the Pavlon and Kutsia get fast tracked as well. I don't really agree with this statement because I don't think that Gerald Kutsia, Luther Pamela, and Lazard Williams are similar bowlers. Like I said before, Luther Pamela is more of a. He reminds me of an old the Callas as I'm not Callas, sorry, an older Sean Pollock. Um, Putting the ball on the spot consistently, or more like yeah, he's so someone that puts the ball on the spot consistently, and his repetitiveness and consistency is what gets bowlers. He's not as fast as the others like KG and them. He can push himself, but I don't think as far. I don't think it is as far as any of the other guys. So we'll see how Luto does with regards to improving. But at the moment, I see him as a bowler that beats the mark consistently. Then when I look at Lazard Williams, he's aggression all the time. He comes at you, comes at you, comes at you consistently. Um, Bowls nice sharp angles. I like off cutters, in cut, and etc. Bowls bowls hard at the stumps, and that's how he wears you down in a way. That's how I see Lazard Williams. And then you've got someone like um, what did I miss now? Um, Clinton Steelman, who I believe is a more of a new ball type bowler. He moves the new ball very well. He moves it up front, um, and he normally strikes in his first spells. Struggles a little bit more with the old ball. So I do think that they all offer different skills. I don't actually think that they're all very similar. You can hit back at me and maybe disagree with me. I'm just thinking of it from my experience here, Lawrence. Yeah, respectfully disagree, I would say. Um, the Pavlon is underrated. The the batter just needs to take responsibility to support their bowlers. I think that when Glazer's out, yes, boy, Glazer's out, Glazer's out. If I was in England right now, I would be right there, marching. Really, so close that I was there, guys. So close, we could have almost organized, but so close. And if I was there, I would have been marching Glazers out to that. You guys would have seen it all over social media, uh, on my social media at least. So Pamela, with more games and coaching, could be very good. Yes, and he's a rough diamond. I feel he still has some place to improve. If he can learn to add swing to his game, he'll be very deadly. Because at the moment his accuracy is amazing. I just think he needs to add a little bit something to his game to make him take that next step. I mentioned Nandre Berger. Need big 100 from the middle order. It has been a while since the AB era. Yeah, we do need our middle order to bat and bat well. We played against Aishel Kuti in the Pro 20 pre-game in Stellenbosch last season. He was quick, but it's not as quick as he was. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Lawrence can give us that insight. Because I remember how quick he was at Kai Majola week. A very, very good Kai Majola week with proper competition as well. And batters couldn't play him. He was unplayable. He should have had more wickets. But the amount of times that they dropped off his edges in the slips, as well as just play and misses, it was phenomenal. When I saw him, I was instantly like, "Wow, who's this boy? I need to find him." He ended up being picked in the SA schools team. Victor Impetsang was actually selected that day, and we had a long talk about him. Actually, I remember that. So yeah, so Lawrence can give you more insight because he's more recently played against him. So maybe he's not as quick as he was before. Does Marco Janssen's brother also play professional, and is he good? Is he left-handed as well? Yeah, Marco Janssen and Dwan Janssen are identical almost with regards to the way they are. Just, I think that they differ slightly in certain aspects. You could say to an extent one is more outgoing and more outspoken, whereas Marco is more within himself. So I think they differ in mentality and attitude. But I think as a playing ability, I think they're both very talented. I mean, not so long. I mean, during Kai Majola week, I was watching Dwan more than Marco at the time. Um, or was I? Yeah, that's a stupid joke. But yeah, I was more looking at Dwan more than Marco at the time, and then Dwan got injured, I think, in that particular Kamajola week, if I remember correctly. I think both of them would have been selected in the SA school side if it wasn't for that. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame. I mean, we'll see how Dwan develops. I mean, he's also getting picked up. He's also being noticed. So, jeez, guys, if we can have both of them in the team, I know it's maybe a bit similar, but it would be ridiculous if they both come through. At Khalid, referring to the test squad steer, but it's probably similar, pitching it up, looking for swing, and not very quick either. Um, I don't know. I mean, I see Glenton differently to Sapamla. I think Sapamla is a much better old ball bowler than Steerman is. Where I think Steerman is a very good new ball bowler. He gets a lot of movement up front. So that's just my opinion on the two of them from my observation. I don't know if that is right or wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know everything, of course. um, Sarel ever going to the United game? I think he's trying to. I wish I was there with him. We'd have been standing in the stand singing together. Glazes out. Score prediction for the pool game: 2-1 Liverpool. That's hopeful. What Liverpool? I'm scared, guys. I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't even know why I'm going to watch it. I have to watch it. I watch every Man United game. Now that South Africa are again starting to do well in tests, it's unfortunate that they only play two test match series in the next FTP. Do you think it's because they want to focus on their league? We did a whole show on this, Amit, yesterday. The podcast show was all about this, so go and watch that. All your answers will be in that show over there. I hope Kashile and De Souza has big domestic seasons. We need more black batters in the Protest setup. You're 100% correct. And we need to start. I've been speaking about it a lot. Our coaches need to identify black African batters a lot sooner. And if they're good at a young age, put them into the setup. They don't necessarily have to start games, but put them into the squad. Let them learn. Let them play net sessions with the senior pros. That's how they grow and that's how they get better. I hope that they do that. Um, I think Rassi needs to work on his technique because when the ball nips back in it causes him problems. And we spoke about this quite a bit actually before. Wow, I almost sneezed myself through the universe, through the multiverse. Look at it does. And I mean, I've been speaking about how movement has been an issue for quite a few of our batters actually. But at this point in his career, to try and learn that and to add that to his game, I'm a bit worried about that. I would rather want to identify someone younger that can come in and learn that skill. That would be my preference because I feel that Rasi should already be able to do that. Um, it's not Kakashi. Okay, yeah, I thought it was Kakashi, but it's not. I can't see because the one eye. I can't see the one eye. Um, is it not Kakashi? I can't see. And Captain is not telling me who it actually is. But okay. Um, how is Pamela not quick, man? Can step up to 145. You see, consistently is the point. Can he hit 145 consistently? He can crank it up there, but I want to see him obviously get more consistent between the 140 and 145 mark. Um, Tony Zozi definitely in line for the next Black African batter. Young Gerard Fourie was also very quick pacer, so had Issa had, but don't know where he is now. Former S under 19 tall quick bowler Connor McKay was also very quick and quality pacer, but now he is lost to England. We must check. I'm saying I must check. We do have a hell of a lot of talent coming through, and we never seem to not produce fast bowlers. So there must be something in our water. Why don't we get in? Ask Supersport that. I've been speaking about it for a very long time, hoping that it can change. I don't know if it's worthwhile for them. They don't see it maybe as worthwhile for them to put it on TV because who's going to watch it in their opinion. So we need to make cricket popular again, guys, so we can get things back on our television sets. Do you think SA should back Markram like England do with Crawley? England don't expect to consistent, but expect him to win games. With Aiden Markram, I think we almost have to. It's difficult not to look at his whole record in Test cricket and say, you see, you haven't performed and you need to be dropped now because we've given you a lot of opportunities. The fact that those opportunities came in completely different roles, middle order batter and an opener in Test cricket is completely two different roles. It's like, for me, it's like asking a spinner to now start bowling medium pace. So it's very different for me, and which is what I'm trying to say. So I almost think that they need to give him some time now in this new role. At least give him the series, and in this new role, and see if he can come right in the series, get a couple of a half century or a century, and do well. Because you've given him a chance as an opener. You've now decided that he shouldn't be the opener, so now you make him, um, you put him in that number 4 position. So let's see what happens. What are South Africa's chances? And I think it's very, very good chance of getting there. South Africa's playing some very good, very, very good test cricket at the moment. Holly, did you see that Landry Jansen van Rensburg, who's got famous with that video, was included in the S19 Girls in July? Yes, I have seen that. We actually did an interview. We did an interview with her straight after that. Look here, that video did make her famous, inverted commas, but she was always a talented cricketer, young cricketer. That video maybe just put extra emphasis on her and put the highlight on her. We did an interview actually straight after the day after that. You guys can go watch that and get some more insight into what Alandri is about. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that we do well in that particular under-19 World Cup. Good luck to Tanisha and the girls, and I hope they do excellently well. In that too. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Also, don't forget to download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. This is the new edition with Rassie van der Dussen on the cover. So please go ahead and get your copy. It's 100% free every single month. So go ahead and do that. And you get access to all back issues too, guys. So don't worry about not being able to read everything. Everything is free, including the back issues. So go ahead and do that now. Also become a part of our Patreon account if you want to help us grow South African cricket and promote South African cricket in a much better way. Get involved with the Patreon account. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. And then go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. And also go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for a whole lot of articles, featured articles, insights, opinions, all sorts of things. Please go ahead and do that. The article that we're speaking about in this particular article, that we spoke about in this video, in this episode, is on the site. So please go ahead and check that out too. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Tomorrow, in fact, I think we will do a preview show tomorrow. If we're playing on Thursday, yeah, we'll do a preview show tomorrow for you guys. So thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a preview show. Take care, guys. Peace.